Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. In the last episode, we became Invictus, defeating Carnifex, who himself had slaughtered Dreadlord in his changing room in order to fight us. None other than Gary, who had been feeding us information. How about that? That wasn't a difficult battle. We got super lucky. Note that the luck goes both ways in this game sometimes. We also hit level 24, and we crafted ourselves a energy dagger, a better taser, and a better shield, which we'll show off briefly before we head on out there and begin doing more Underrail. Here's our character now at level 24. We increased dexterity 1 point, bringing it to a mighty 8 points. Not a min-max character. For our skills, we increased all the things we've been improving for the past few levels, and have gotten our electronics skill to 96, effective skill 128. 5 more points for this, and I will be content with electronics. Should let us make, with a combination of various foods and or drugs, anything I care to make, as long as I'm near my workbenches. For our feats, last level we took power management, if I recall correctly, right? Is that what it's called? Power something. Power management. So we have a 35% extra energy in all of our energy weapons. Very nice. Get to swing with them a little more often. They can take more hits. Can utilize our taser a bit more often. Also means we take more damage if we get hit with an EMP grenade or a greater coil spider's EMP burst. Horrible. For our specializations, we put 1 more point in Pyromaniac. So now we do 30% extra damage with all the burning effects that we apply to people who can be set on fire. Here's our energy serrated tungsten steel knife. Can bleed opponents and can also hit them for incredible 50 through 67 energy. It was a quality 127, I think. Energy emitter. Energy edge emitter. So that's not quite super. That's not like the best, but it's still a late game energy emitter. And this is a decent dagger. Our taser. Decent damage. Well, not really, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but still does damage and 20 energy per stun. And our conservative medium frequency shield emitter, which we had to actually... I had to do a bunch of fancy eating for this. Quite literally, we needed John the Beautiful's special meal in order to give me the points I needed, combined with our workbench, to create this. How about that? But it's a really nice shield. This will carry me through the rest of the game. Of course, we'll make a better shield if we do find better parts, but that will be for the future and probably in deep caverns. Off-screen, I also made a night vision spying endoscope, so you guys can see what on earth an endoscope does in this game. Then we'll leave it at home, since I don't think I'll be taking with me. Every item we carry with us that has energy in it is a item that causes damage to us if we get hit by an EMP burst. So we want less of these things, if possible, with us. We're gonna die to greater coil spiders all the time. Alright, so what are we doing today? So I figured, first, we'll go back to Rail Crossing and see if the gentleman there is finished with our K&H MP6. Then we can clear out the lurker group that's hiding here, go back down into the cave system, clear out some of these Psy Beetles, again, and then visit the Hanging Rat and visit Oculus, where we'll talk to people at that facility. So that will be our task. So let's go ahead and get started with it. Next episode, I'm thinking we'll try the Lost Vault again, although I will need some... Well, actually, I'll be drinking juice and probably doing some selling of stuff, since we're going to be killing a few dudes to start with here in this episode. How's everyone doing? What day is today? I think today's the 8th. February 8th, 2024. It's a Thursday. And I have another 3 days before I am potentially at the hospital. They might still delay me by another week, depending upon how my stomach is doing, but things are getting slowly better in that regard. Hey, Mo, do you have any... You have a mushroom salad. You know, I'll take that and this. Oh, how much cash do I have? 11,100. If I had 13,000, that's enough to make me want to consider getting Super Steel. But I wouldn't mind dropping off one more Super Steel plan first, before we attempt to make Super Steel. There is someone whose name I can't remember in Russian. I think it's Vladimir. I think is the name. Whose image is that of a Necron Lord, who has let me know that there are 4 total Super Steel blueprints you can bring to Bernard, which will raise the minimum quality on Super Steel to 150. However, these blueprints do not do anything to the maximum quality. So I guess maximum quality is whatever it is it can roll. I'm assuming it's around 160-ish or so for maximum quality then. But it might be higher. I don't remember getting much higher than about 150 or so, and I always used to take it if it was quality 135 or better. Maybe we start with the Psy Beetles? Let's start with the Psy Beetles. They have absolutely respawned in this area. Yep, there's one of them there. We have Root Soda Drank, so we should win the initiative roll. I want them all clumped up a little bit better than they currently are. I also don't want to be so seen by that one. That is a great clump of them. Okay, so we'll start with the normal grenade. See how we'll actually activate our shield first, just in case this goes awry. Perfect landing. Then we can set the big one on fire, and it's... Oh, that was the wrong thing to use. That was the really wrong thing to use. Good morning. Okay, we set the... Good news is we set the big one on fire. The bad news is I don't have... I ran up to use recurrence, which was really bad. Oh good, they're all clumped and stuck. Unfortunately, I can't really do much about that. Now if I recurrence it, it will take the damage of the burning. So that's not really worth the effort. Okay, that was... I'm going to charge up now. Wow! And critically kill that one. They are also incapacitated. Our fire expires at the end of this round. I'm going to stun the Goliaths, which still has that stupid effect in it. The mirror imaging effect. Getting kind of lucky with some of those swings. Okay, that wasn't so bad. But we will have to recharge this knife now. And the big guys are worth 100 experience, just under. The little ones are worth 29. So not really worth farming on classic mode. Not that they ever were to begin with. We will, of course, grab all the lake poppies. And all these mine shrooms. We search the corpses. We leave anything we don't want back upstairs in that one junk pile. Okay, let's see. Is it leaping over right here? should be immune, yeah, to the fire thanks to my coat. Alright, let's leave some of these carapaces here. We still have that 100 quality and 96 quality carapace, so we don't need lower level ones from standard side beetles. I guess instead of killing the lurkers, we will actually do the Oculus right now, since we're in this area and we're killing side beetles who are in the way. Oh, we want to explore that too, don't we? We're right here. So let's do this. I don't remember what's in this. This may lead to a psionic trainer that we don't have yet. That actually is fire related. This might lead us to plasma beam, I think. If it's what I think it is. So let's save the game. Oh, charge our taser. And head on in. That's a dead Bur. Oh, there's a bag here. 2 dirty rags. This is not what I thought was going to be either. I guess there's a leak in the river above us. Oh! Traps everywhere, too, apparently. This is not what I thought was going to be either, viewer. Oh, there's a stealth dweller here. And we're not out of combat. Dark dweller. Let's use some uncanny dodge. Oh, look at that. They're afraid of the light. Interesting. So they're like rat hounds. Oh, we can walk right on top of the water here, too, huh? So I think there's more of them, and there are. We can't set fire to watery areas, so our exothermic aura won't be as useful as it might otherwise be. I think the other one we stealthed. Actually, no, that was it right there, that one. It's running weirdly because it's avoiding other traps. We're still in combat, so there's another one left. And probably another. Oh, whoa, come on, misclicks. Not this morning, please. We can set her on fire. We can actually do that. She will burn to death at the end of this round. Still in combat. I don't see it, though. I'm still in combat. I'm not allowed to leave. Oh, it might be up here. Uh-oh. Oh, God! I think we're just dead. Yeah, because we're stunned again. Good for them! Good for them. Now we have to redo all of that over again. Always take these battles seriously, Tim. You're not. Should have had your shield activated. Ooh, I saw it right there. And you're not afraid. So let's use Uncanny Dodge. I do see that other stealth one, obviously. We're moving away, because as long as they're in stealth, they don't have any movement points. Just letting you guys know, if you're shouting while you're stealth, we'll know where you are. Ooh, very nice. Got 3 of them. But they're not afraid of being set on fire. Uh-oh. Woo! I'm tired of people going for my junk! Still in combat. One of them can tear you to pieces if you're not careful. Oh, uh-oh. And we're crippled, so we can't affect... Oh, nice. But we're also out of combat now. Crippled, we can't use our spear effectively, so we'll have to use our dagger as a primary weapon at the moment. What do these people have on them? Poisoned daggers. Nets. Shotgun shells. I approve of the poisoned weaponry. We can do that as well. We just need more biology. It's probably, though, all worthless, these items. We'll just break them down. There's still nothing in the bag. Okay, so let's see. Oh, yeah, this... Oh, crawler poison on some... oh, wow, I should have actually checked when we were hit once to make sure it wasn't crawler poison. I assumed it was Burs poison. Which is what most of these are. Yeah, it's all just junk. Which shouldn't be surprising, this given the level of this area. We were here many episodes ago, and we passed by the hole that led down here. I was expecting burnt side beetle corpses everywhere, and ashes, and then we would find, I think, plasma beam, or another pyrokinetic pyro abilities would be down there. have yet more. Lots of bear traps around. Do I have... I have no barbecue that will let me see this stuff. So let's use this. Help us with detection. I'm not quite confident that's all of them. Oh, look at all those delicious traps. It's such a shame we didn't take any traps with this character. That's all experience points on normal mode we are leaving behind. Some mid-level quality electrical bits. We'll go ahead and craft using them later. Sell what we create. Lots of bags around. I'm guessing these are left around as to tempt people with. I have a bad feeling of up there. There's a red dream mushroom up there. Let's just walk up here. What's the worst that could happen? That's some weaponry. We can craft with that. Nothing in that skull. More burrowers? Good for them. Killing all the burrowers, I suppose. Anyone could jump over that, I guess, unless for some reason your agility is lower than 3. Poor dead guy. Oh, I forgot all about a lantern. We were using one a long time ago. I don't know what I did with it. And a mining helmet, huh? It must be in my home. We'll just leave those there. I like this little area. How's my shield, by the way? Could use a charge. The last of our little batteries. Okay, let's go ahead and also make some repair kits with the bits we've got. Please, game. Alright, there we go. Weapon is okay at the moment. I get the feeling there's something else waiting for us on the other side of this. Because I'm paranoid about that all the time. Oh, I see pillars. I think Death Stalkers. I get the cobwebs get broken as you walk through them. Combat didn't start, so I'm guessing it's safe to keep going. And all these mushrooms will respawn, even if the people do not. So an okay place, I guess, to go for cave ears. Well, then again, you'd have to fight a bunch of side beetles, but then you'd also be getting these lake poppies and mine shrooms. Alright, let's make our way over to Oculus now. We'll need to let the side beetles know we're here. Okay. They are clumped, so I'll try setting some of them on fire now. Can let them get a little closer. Rather not use all my normal MK3 grenades. Ah, that's a shame. I'm gonna kill it with our taser. Uh-oh. I can't run around the corner. Let's prepare for something nasty then. I think we might die here. Oh, we resisted the punch. That's good. It wasn't able to get us with its disruption, which is nice. And it's still slowed. There's one left. Oh, or is there not? Did we kill the other big one? We did not. That other one is still here. Oh, or maybe I'm incorrect. That must be it. Alright, we did kill it. By the way, we can... Oh, whoa. We can go back here. And take that mark off. And hanging ratchet, yep, should be right next door. We'll eat more food. Let's have some underpie. Oh, his friend's gone. You're right. It is a bit boring around here. Don't lean on a fence over there. The draughts of the abyss sometimes sound like voices. Like some kind of chanting. Eerie. Of course, he has got a few neato bars, but this baby rocks harder than the granite. Woo! Death is the only certain thing in life. Oh, no, there's Barry. He's moved out by that door instead. I just want to leave some garbage here. Here you go, sir. You can have some of that. All right. We were told to... Oh, there's Coral again. Okay. Well, we've learned that the Deathstalker Claw... Well, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that Deathstalker Claw doesn't help us at all. I think it's, whatchamacallit related. Stealth related. When we're not a stealth character for the most part. So, that can... And we also have it, so if we change our mind, we can just get it again. I think we will take a rabbit's foot from Coral. Oh, and there's Ethan. He's here too, huh? We meet again, my dear. Show me what you got. Let's see. Is she selling any better cloth today? Of course not. I'd like to purchase a lucky charm. Yes, certainly. Choose any one you'd like. The Hopperfoot. She gently takes and shows you the Hopperfoot lucky charm. It's a hind left foot. This hopper I caught personally in a cave not far from Southgate Station, where the hoppers gathered to die. It can be yours for 50 charons. I'll take it. May it bring you great fortune. Keep it somewhere close to you, and remember what I said. Do not keep two charms close to each other, or else your fortune may turn into misfortune. Okay, thank you, Coral. Until we meet again, my dear. Oh my goodness, the nets. Okay, we want to leave those someplace. Hello, Rude Rob. It's your ugly face again. So what do you have in stock? He too is buying foodstuffs. Oh, he's buying a gun today. He won't sell anything decent, so I don't need anything he has. I don't think... Oh! Oh, interesting. We can talk to him about the medallion he possesses. We picked his pocket before, right? But we didn't have the pickpocket to take that from him. We don't have any persuasion or intimidate, so I don't know if he's going to be willing to tell us about that medallion. And I just wanted to take it from him. But I've never actually asked him about it. I've always had the pickpocket to take it before. I noticed you have an interesting looking medallion. What can you tell me about it? Medallion? Oh, yes. It belonged to my late mother, passed on to her by her mother. I carried it around to remind me of the two of them. I've inherited from my father his looks and this coat, and from mother her eyes and that medallion. I bet it has a lot of history attached to it. It's a very unusual design. It sure does. Grandma, however, never talked much about how she obtained it. At least, as far as I know. It is quite beautiful, as you said. Can I take a look at it? He sips his water, then answers. I'm not comfortable with letting other people touch the medallion. It's too valuable to me. Besides, someone can see it. He looks around. I don't want to have someone wait for me as soon as I leave the bar. I'm sorry. I understand. I don't like people touching my stuff either. Thank you. So what happened after Arthur left your settlement? He taught me enough about temporal manipulation and about life that I could set out into the world. I had been spending much time with Cain that I grew distant from my parents, and could leave without emotion, although they did not show much emotion themselves either. All I got was a cold goodbye. And that's it. I'm here now, chatting with you before I return once again to roaming the world. Alright, take care, Ethan. We have, I think, now the pickpocket to take that medallion from him. We do. It's effectively a low-level... Oh, actually, it's the same thing! So it's psychotemporal dilation, only it's on a different cooldown. And a 6-turn cooldown at that. For better or for worse, viewer, it's now ours. Azif. A male figure stands unmoving before you, hands clasped in front of him. Most of his head is in wraps, except for a pair of pitch-black eyes. It is as if you stare into the abyss, only to discover that the abyss was staring into you long before you were aware of its existence. And the abyss embraces you. His fingers are the first to come to life, moving like the legs of a centipede. Then you hear a slow, offbeat voice addressing you. You have questions for me, yes? He moves his hands to the side and tilts his head slightly upwards. I am Azif, and I have been observing your performance keenly. I must say, watching you grow as an agent and take progressively harder tasks upon yourself, and then even executing on them optimally, with thought and elegance, was not something I get to witness often. So you have further need of my services, I assume. Indeed. But what I will offer you is not simply a job. We are the eye of Underrail. We watch and wait for opportunities such as those you've been given, opportunities to obtain wealth, to gain better understanding of this world we found ourselves in, and perhaps to change its course for the better. We need people such as yourself, yes. People who understand that steering destinies requires a gentle hand, even though that very hand must occasionally hold a knife. We need people that value secrecy over glory and understand the advantage of defensive cover of anonymity. Do you understand? I do. Very good. Tell me then, is this something that you would want to be part of? Will you join our organization? What would I have to do? You should have a clear picture on how we operate by now. Yes, I wish to join your organization. His eyes move, but their uniform blackness prevents you from distinguishing the exact point of their focus. A single blink brings them to a stop. Excellent. Follow me. You will have to fight everything in the way, by the way, if you did not do so earlier. So we will have to fight a few things here. Or maybe not. I was say, don't make a liar out of me, game. I know there's siphoners here. We're here. There's more to this place than meets the eye, I assume. Indeed. Look closer. Not with these eyes, he points to your eyes, but with your mind's eye. Allow me to help you with that. The first time I found this was with Gabriel. I had already beaten the game once with Garrett, and I failed the Oculus quests. And I never looked up what was the successful way to do the Oculus quests, to my recollection. And I never looked up what Oculus actually was. So this was quite a surprise to me when I had played through Underrail another time with Gabriel with you guys, which was the first time I completed the Oculus quest successfully for Jack Quicksilver. Before we go any further, I'm going to charge our medallion, because it's ours now. I guess we're leaving the grenades behind us, viewer. As cool as they have been, we'll try out this series of things for a bit. All right. Welcome to Oculus, Tim. By now, many questions have accumulated inside your head. I will try to answer them as best I can. What is this place? This is Oculus, the Eye of Underrail, yes. All important information finds its way here sooner or later. We use this information to generate profit and ensure our safety, survival, and prosperity. And also to make sure this place remains secret and undefiled. We have not built it, and it is not ours, but we are its custodians for the moment. Who built this? It was originally built by beings we, in absence of a better name, referred to as godmen. We learned this much from the mainframe. We don't know for sure what its purpose was originally, but we assume it was similar to what we use it for today. To spy on people. Indeed. Though much of their machinery is broken or inoperable, those that we can still use give us considerable insight into what is going on in Underrail. That is why we call it Oculus. Who were the godmen? When the mainframe spoke to me, it uttered words in an unknown language directly into my mind. Among those were thoughts and concepts my mind had never encountered before, and had great trouble processing. Some of them still confuse me to no end, and prevent me from deciphering the messages of the mainframe. Some of them, such as godmen, my mind could approximate. Know, though, that this is not a compound word in its original language. It does not stand for godly men, or male gods. This much I know. What exactly it means is part of the mystery, and for the same reason I cannot explain the meaning of the word, I also cannot convey well enough the things the mainframe told me about the godmen. Depending upon whether the messages are interpreted as history or visions, godmen are, were, or yet to be, the masters of their galaxy, and all the universe that is within their reach. Their home is a moon, orbiting a gas giant. Where these celestial bodies are in relation to us, I do not know. They came into power by defeating the Leviathans, whom they greatly hate, though I know little about those. Godmen sit immortal on their moon, watching the universe through super telescopes. Their stars give them more power than they need, and they fire their deadly weapons as far as they can see. Godmen have nothing to fear except the dark, empty, silent expanses and primordial fires, though they highly prefer the latter. That is a lot to take in, is it not? Do not ask me what any of this means, though. I would not condition your contemplations with my own assumptions. I'd rather you produce something entirely new for me to consider. It sounds a bit like the... Oh, what were they now? Yithians, I believe. Which were a race that was... mind-consumed? By something else. That was able to project their minds through the galaxy. Only this race uses weaponry, I suppose, not their minds, to eliminate threats that they feel are themselves. They too have an enemy, the Leviathans, and in H.P. Lovecraft's works, the Yithians were opposed to the flying polyps, if I recall correctly. I prefer action to riddles myself, so I'll leave the mystery of the godmen to you. He nods. Very well. And what is this mainframe you spoke of? This thing here in the center, that is the crystal mainframe. I am not completely clear on what it is myself. It's even harder to convey that which I know about it. A supercomputer, a database, a prophetic machine, a sleeping god. It can be taken as any of these things, or it might be all of them. Those of us who can withstand its intensity have connected to it psionically to receive its knowledge and visions. This is dangerous business, though, and more than a few good men have been driven completely insane by its power. We have a will of 6 that is not going to be high enough to withstand it, I think. I have never actually tried to connect to the mainframe. None of my characters had a very high will, and it is my guess that thought control, once again, comes into play when interacting with any of these crystals, as it has in the past when I've interacted with them. And I don't have a character who's ever had high thought control either. So, rather, I did have one character, but I never got around to interacting with it. So it doesn't matter. We're not going to interact with the mainframe either with Tim. Interesting. Indeed. So what do I do now? I suggest you look around a bit. Familiarize yourself with the equipment and your colleagues. Like yourself, each of them are here for a good reason. Yes. And when you're good and ready, come see me again. I have an assignment for you. If you need equipment, see Constantine. It's at the bottom of Oculus. Don't mind me. I'm just, doing the whole pickpocket thing here while I'm here. I do apologize, but we need all the money we can get. Azif, I also apologize for this, but I need all the money I can get. And that's nothing from you. We can get access to the database access card level 3 from him. He also has some drugs, which I don't tend to have very often. Trance. But I will take the access card. and risk getting in lots of trouble. Potentially. Acolyte Whisperers. I've never fought an Oculus, so I don't know how powerful these things are. Stealth, melee weapons, psionics. I am guessing they are quite strong, however. Watch your step around here, Tim. The Whisperers don't say anything, to my recollection. And I know better than to interact with any of the boxes here. Yes, because they're all being watched. Every one of them. And I don't have stealth. And I doubt I could get stealth at a high enough level to safely interact with these things anyway. Not with Tim, at least. Twitch is the master of surveillance. If you need his help, find him at the top of Oculus. Thank you, Doctor. I broke my arm. Yes. Ow. Don't touch it, man. Poor guy. Can we heal him? I mean, this isn't going to exactly heal a broken arm. There you go, my man. It won't help my broken arm and heal any faster. But thanks, man. Thanks for the aid. Ah, no problem. Let's see how you can aid us by checking what's in your pockets while we were doing that, huh? Nothing. Okay, well. I guess we don't need everyone to have something in their pockets. Phyllis. Before we talk with Phyllis, let's search her pockets. 45 bucks, not bad. The woman turns towards you, slowly and calmly. She looks at you with emotionless eyes, greets you with an impassive expression, and speaks to you in a toneless voice. Tim, I am Phyllis, and I perform repairs on all acolytes, or if you prefer a different term, I offer medical attention. It's a pleasure, Doctor. The pleasure is mine. If you get damaged, do not hesitate to see me. During my time here, not a single one of my patients expired. I have no wish to expire. I'll see you if I need help. Please do. All treatment will be free of charge. What can you tell me about Oculus? As far as I'm aware, unknown beings, dubbed Godmen by Azif, built Oculus for purposes unknown. I have inquired about this subject on numerous occasions, but most of the answers can be summed up with, we're not sure, but we think. Living in a place you know little about can be both fascinating and frightening. And yes, I have emotions, despite what you may think of me. I noticed your stare. Now, fascinating, I think is obvious why. Oculus is so much more advanced than anything what you will find outside of it. Oh, is much more advanced than anything what you will find outside of that you will find outside of it. Also, every new discovery we make opens new possibilities and knowledge. Frightening. I think it's also obvious why. Ignoring the deadly drop. If you trip and fall into the darkness, which granted never destroyed any acolytes so far, who knows what else we'll find here? Maybe one day our curiosity will lead us to our destruction. No one can tell for certain. How and why did you join Oculus? Everyone in Oculus was carefully evaluated for a prolonged time before finally being approached with the offer to join Oculus. Such was my case. Yet unlike most Oculites here, I did not seek Oculus. Oculus sought me. Can you explain? Certainly. Most Oculites started out by performing smaller, simpler jobs. Then, naturally, as they progressed and displayed the ability to perform more difficult tasks, they were given more difficult tasks. And if they could perform even more difficult, they were given those. And so on and so forth. I will take this opportunity, Tim, to say a few words about the progression of an Oculite. In Oculus, there are no ranks, levels, or titles to attain. We are all the same, and we are not. You will always be an Oculite, but some Oculites are better than others, and it is the level of your own skills and abilities that determine your duties. Hence, your place in Oculus, not heretical graduation. In any case, Let's get back to the subject at hand. I was selected based on my performance as a physician and my will to perfect my skills to the absolute maximum. I was approached and offered advanced medical knowledge beyond what I had available at the time in exchange for becoming a part of Oculus. I could not refuse. I do not regret my decision. Not even a bit. We could talk to her about the way she speaks, but I understand her perfectly well. Humans are basically robots, only we're biological, not robotic. So we need different types of maintenance, as it were. And we have different problems that need curing in different ways. So I see nothing wrong with the way she describes repairing Oculites. In any case, let me see what you have for sale. She sells cigars. And nothing else that I think I need. There is, as you can see here, another juice teleport. Crap, what are they called now? Riftgate. There we go. A Riftgate stands right here. We'll interact with it before we leave. We'll drink some juice. We surely don't get many visitors around here. Oh, you know what, viewer? I did not bring my +1 perception goggles, so hopefully they'll sell one here. Because I think we're going to need at least 8 perception to find the secret that lets us into the Lost Vault, which we'll do next episode. Need anything? Yes, what's in your pockets? I'll take the fusion cell and his cash. Abram's here. Can we actually now pickpocket Abram? We can get his level 2 access card, but I'm assuming the level 3 gives us everything his level 2 would normally give us. Still can't take his 251 Stygian coins. We need more pickpocket. You find Abram leaning over what appears to be a 3-dimensional map of Underrail, studying it intently. He shifts his attention to you as you approach. He starts to speak, but his voice comes out too raspy. He tries to clear his throat, but that results in a coughing fit. Finally, he composes himself and addresses you in his usual wheezing voice. I had a good feeling about you since the time you helped us free Mora. It does not surprise me that you found your way here. Well, I too knew you guys weren't just ordinary mercenaries. He just keeps wheezing through his mask and gives you a small nod. What can you tell me about the mainframe? Not much. I did not interface with it. I like to deal with... He motions to holographic projection of Underrail as he's interrupted by a violent coughing fit. Video games? He shakes his head and coughs. After a few moments, he finally regains his composure. Current affairs. What's with the hologram? It is a geopolitical map of South Underrail. We keep track of various stations and communities of South Underrail and record relevant information. What can you tell me about the Godmen? I do not concern myself with Godmen, he coughs. You would be better off talking to Azif about them. He inhales deeply and pauses for a moment before letting out the long wheeze, though I personally don't put much stock in his theories. Why is that? Because I do not believe in gods. There were only ever just men, Tim, and these would not be the first to declare themselves divine. What Azif sees when he stares into that thing is, at best, the glorified history of its creators, and at worst, a megalomaniacal fabrication. He coughs violently. Both are quite common in human history. You really should do something about that cough. There is nothing to be done for now. Do not concern yourself with it. We have no persuasion, so whatever you say. I need some geopolitical info. Why don't you tell me about the Underrail Protectorate? The Protectorate is a military organization formed some 17 to 18 years ago in North Underrail, under the leadership of General Melik. He united and trained the local gangs into a paramilitary force that eventually became an army. He used this army to overtake Biocorp facilities in the north, which then granted them access to the technology they needed, as well as educated scientists and engineers who knew how to make use of it. Following that, the Protectorate moved to create United Stations, a federation of station states, some of which who joined willingly, others who were coerced militarily, or just simply conquered. While officially the United Station is governed by a council, a special place on that council is reserved for the Protectorate High Commander, and all the major decisions always require his approval, be it official or unofficial. Today, Protectorate is attempting to expand here in the south as well. In the recent past, they managed to restore and occupy a metro station in the south, now called South Railroad Outpost, or SRO for short. They used this to set themselves up an embassy in Junkyard. We'll see what road they will take in their attempts to integrate the Junkyard. I assume that they will attempt to leverage the support from the residents of the lower class, who'd be more than happy to see two ruthless gangs replaced by a faction that at least has a concept of civil rights. Any other place or faction you would like to hear about? Never thought about that before. The Protectorate would be arguably a better overseer than the Scrappers and the Black Eels would be for the people living in Junkyard. The Free Drones. Free Drones movement has been around for a long time up north, but it's a relatively novel thing in these parts. Basically, they're a group of anarchists whose main goal is to fight back against Protectorate expansionism. Depending upon who you speak to, they offer different reasons for doing this, but the most common include the distrust of the Protectorate, and historically proven inherent evil of imperialism or any type of great nation-state. Most of them would prefer our metro system to be a set of small, independent communities that cooperate peacefully in such things as trade and technology. Any other place or faction you'd like to hear about? Let's do two more. The Faceless. We do not know much about the Faceless. Their origins, numbers, practices, and motives are well hidden from the outsiders. Information I have is not solid enough to be shared yet, and I do not wish to perpetuate baseless telltales. I will give you some advice, though, as I have encountered their groups in the past, even before this whole mess with Core City invasion started. Avoid the smaller groups. They are usually very focused on a certain task and often quite hostile. The big groups, on the other hand, tend to tolerate strangers in their vicinity as long as you don't interfere with them. It's best to just avoid them altogether if possible, at least until we can find out more about them. And the Institute of Chort. Institute of Chort is an interesting organization indeed. Depending upon the perspective, you'll either hear it being defined as a benevolent research institution or a brainwashing religious cult. The truth is a bit more complicated than that. Chortists revere or worship a being they refer to as Chort. According to their claims, it is an actual living organism which resides in deep caverns, and is of such paramount importance to the advancement of humankind as to warrant such dedication to it. He coughs violently. It was discovered by a man who calls himself Aiden, who is the founder of the organization. As a former Biocorp scientist of, to us, unknown status, he was able to surface the top of university's hierarchy after his discovery and take full control of it. Thus, the Institute of Chort was born, 1 century ago. Everything I've told you so far implies it is nothing other than a mere cult, justifying the second definition. However, as surprising as it may be, the first one holds equal truth as the second. 1 century has passed, and Aiden still lives. They put their money where their mouths were. They preached advance through scientific research, most of it involving Chort itself. And during that 1 century, they've established probably one of the safest, most civilized, self-contained communities in Underrail. Granted, they achieved it through a perfect balance of military might, scientific research, and strong emphasis on education, but the foundation indeed lies with Chort. They harm no one, and no one harms them. Their exposure to the rest of Underrail was recent, mainly due to a medical trade agreement with Core City, which in turn allowed them to freely spread their ideology in the city. Nowadays, one can see lines of people at the Institute gate, waiting to be let inside and start a better life. What reality awaits them inside, few know. How was Aiden able to prolong his life so? That too is a mystery. Is it the power of Chort? Or something else? They are interesting. One should be careful with the Institute, but one could also learn much from them. Okay, thank you, Abram. We'll see you later. Let's go and see Constantine. The sound of a whisperer. Whispering as he turns on his stealth suit. Hello, Constantine. You come up to a tall man with a mildly irritated look on his face. Despite that, his tone of voice is generally welcoming and doesn't imply that your presence bothers him. And what do my eyes see? Welcome, welcome, Tim, to a place that doesn't exist to most people. I'm Constantine, the Oculus Quartermaster. Oh, well, show me what you have in store. Yet another merchant. Looks like he'll buy some of our weird stuff. Here's a hair clip. And I think because we advanced the main plot, he will sell upgraded bits here too? Yes, he does. This is proof of a 122 electromagnetic deflector. Ooh, decent shield modulators for a high frequency, but nothing I think I need at the moment. Okay, and what blueprints is he selling? Therobaric launcher grenades. Interesting, but we don't need grenades. I still don't think I have the actual grenade launcher plan. I don't. We can probably find this, but I have 2 or 3 grenade launcher frames awaiting their construction. So I'll spend the money we just earned buying that. Thank you, Constantine. What do you need, Tim? What can you tell me about Oculus? Oculus? You came down here to ask me that? You expect me, to answer your stupid questions. What can you tell me about Oculus? Go ask Azif. He brought you here anyway. I'm sorry. I guess I'm a bit nervous. Okay, we'll come back and talk with him later. He will react that way to any of those such questions and end the conversation a bit early the first time you talk with them. And the same thing if you ask about other people. He'll send you on your way to some other group. Don't take it personally from him, though. Oh, Oculite. Tim? Hello. I'm here to search everyone's pockets on this floor and take their coins. Well, anyone who's not moving around, as they do their important things of looking at monitors. Should we just bump into the Whisperers in order to see them? I know where all the Whisperers are, or generally stand. The robed figure quietly assesses you. They do not speak. They will not talk with you. If you need equipment, see Constantine. He's at the bottom of Oculus. Yep, we're down there. I'll take an advanced repair. Oh, we can take the Vagabond, too. All right, we'll take all your things. Sorry about that, sir. Where is the Whisperer? He's over here? Oh, there's no Whisperer here. But I still can't interact with the boxes because the Oculite's there. Isn't there a Whisperer right here? Here I was saying I knew where all the Whisperers were, and apparently I'm lying to you guys. Here's Twitch. The pale, skinny man turns to you and instantly unleashes a torrent of words. The words are expelled with such speed that you find keeping track of what he's saying a great difficulty. His rapid twitching motions and the constant need to alternate between looking at you and the numerous monitors in front of him is both intriguing as well as uncanny. Hey, you must be Tim. It's good to meet you. I'm Twitch, I said. It's good to meet you. I'm Twitch. Oh, what are you doing with that? Why are you doing that strange thing? Doing what? Looks at the monitor. Oh, wait, let me zoom in on that. More and more. Shame. The resolution is far too low to discern anything. I can't. He looks at you. Doing what, huh? Doing what? The multitasking. Creep me out, man. Can't you focus on one thing at a time? He turns towards you. If I focus on one thing, then I'm missing something else. I need to be on a constant lookout in order to register and process everything that is happening. Simply by focusing all my attention on you, Tim, I've already missed several important events. He looks at the monitors again. My way is the optimal way. What do you do around here? Scrutinize, study, analyze, and then extrapolate, conclude, calculate. He focuses on something on one of the monitors. 17. Should write that down. Yes, the technology allows me to be nearly omnipresent observer. I perceive only what few can, so if you ever need some surveillance help, I'm your man. By the way, is that a bald patch on your head? Maybe it's just the lighting. Looks at the monitor. How and why you join Oculus? I was skilled enough to be... What is he doing? Get out of there! He returns to us. I was skilled enough to be invited to meet Azif. Just like you, I started doing small-time jobs in Core City for people who later turned out to be Oculites? There? Anyway, I needed the money for my addiction. There were hard times. I'm off this stuff now. I said I'm off this stuff now. Looks at the monitor. It's Twitch. It's got to be Twitch he's on. Motion? He laughs. No, motion is weak compared to what I did, Tim. Yes, weak compared to what I did. It's called SSDMT7. Don't ask about the... He looks at the monitor. Gauntlet? Anyway, I was approached and told I had done well, that I had incredible perception, that Azif would like to talk to me. So I casually strolled through the caves, and that's... He looks at the monitor. That's huge. What can you tell me about the robed Oculites? He answers you while still watching one of the monitors. Colloquially known as Whisperers, the deadly side warriors belonging to a clan, Kazum Mokat, guard Oculus vigilantly. All Kazum Mokat members are highly intelligent individuals who join the clan at a young age and receive training in all major side disciplines. Only upon mastering all of those can they swear an oath before being allowed to perform their duty. Once they swear to protect someone or something, they will do so until death. Most often, it's the death of their opponents. Rare are the cases where the members of the Kazum Mokat were killed on duty. It is common misconception that they are mute, while in fact they are not. It's simply by their free will that they choose not to speak in order to... That's all I can tell you about the moment, Tim. I said that's all for now. He focuses on one of the monitors. Can you watch the arena on one of these monitors? Twitch glances at you. Then returns to the monitors. Of course I can, Tim. I lived in Core City before I came here. I was so addicted to watching... He turns at a different monitor. To watching the arena. Bloodthirsty maniac. Yeah, that's what I was. Let me play it on the monitor. One press of a button later. There, now we... Oh, joy, it's Mark the Impaler. How typical of him. He's impaling a man. Before you ask, yes, I've seen your fight with Carnifex. You dominated. He focuses on one of the monitors. Hey! What can you tell me about Oculus itself? It's a high-tech pyramid built by free drones? He turns back to you. No, I wasn't talking to you, sorry. Built by godmen. That's how we call the mysterious beings we know nothing about. It is the Oculus. Incredibly advanced. It is more sophisticated than anything even most powerful people in the world possess. Either are some of the toys I have available here. I'm talking about surveillance tech, of course. Nothing exists to beat Oculus' arsenal of high-tech gadgetry. He laughs for a split second and then abruptly stops. Alright, Twitch. We'll talk with you later. Take care. I see you, Whisper. Hello. I gotta search your pockets. Oh, we also search Twitch's pockets. You have grenades on you, but you have a knife equipped. Interesting. And Twitch, what do you have on you? 19 bucks. Oh, we can interact with the computer consoles down here too, huh? We'll come back and interact with all the computer consoles and use the key card at a later time. We've been playing for just about an hour, viewers, so I think it is time for us to stop. When we come back, we will interact with this here, and we'll work our way over to the Lost Vault. Oh! Did whatchamacallit have perception goggles? I don't think he did. Oh, you know what? We can just get them from my home. When I interact with the teleporter, I can just teleport back home, grab the goggles, and then we can head back out. No problem. All right, guys. So once again, I'll stop here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.